Let's start this one off with some quick bits. The basement for aging copper has all been tidied up, looking lovely and fantastic. I got some more diamonds in the mail for trophies and this fantastically well-written book from Hypno. I don't think anyone's put this much effort into a request. The leaderboard's been updated to include Hypno, who's currently just a shulker, and this inspired me to put my own trophy on display in our base, and I've moved over my sales record to here. So every time I pick up diamonds, I write it in the book. Someone also visited the top of the tree because my shulker box of goodies has disappeared. And apparently big things going up into the sky seems to be a theme at the moment. But most impressive of all, Cubfan is working on something just utterly insane over here.
There's a big firework that's going off here, man.
Yeah, man, the biggest firework I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Dude, is this like the outer layer then?
This is the outer layer, yeah.
Nice.
There's like a small ball and then like a big ball on the outside. So
yeah. We thought Doc's build was big, but no. We got a Death Star, we got a firework explosion.
Yeah. Got some crazy stuff going on here.
Yeah, this is cool. Best of luck with it, man. It's probably going to take you forever.
It's going to take a while, yeah.
How many hours to do this?
I don't even know. I'm not sure.
You're going to lose track of time, that's for
Lost
sure.
count. Yeah.
I wish you luck, Cub. Yeah. You know, you're going to... Remember to take some breaks, flex those fingers, otherwise you'll get some RSI from all this clicking, you know?
Yeah, I gotta rest my pinky every once in a while, I found.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hanging on to the edge.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, man. Cool. Can't wait to see it when it's done, my dude. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. And yes, we're taking down the tree. I guess it couldn't stay there forever, but literally it lasted about a day and a half, and someone came along and took the shulker box. And if you know who, leave a comment down below, because I have no idea who got this. Alright, let's cast our minds back to the last episode, because what I want to tackle today is the custom biome out the front here. And to do that, I wanted to get some feedback and ideas from our neighbor, Mr. Rendiggity Dog. So, dude.
What's up?
I have started work on the biome out here.
Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ooh. This bit I'm quite excited for, but it feels like it's missing something. So,
Okay.
why don't you describe to me what this is? Because I think it's, quite self-evident.
The water is absorbing into the mud.
Yes. And then little
This is
vegetations are growing on it.
Yeah, there's like sludgy bits here.
Exactly. But I don't know, it feels like it's missing something, you know, because this is all going to be around the edge, and then... Ooh. Maybe this entire circular area here is more of a bog, right? So it can
Yes.
spread out and go along the edges, but somewhere you need it to bulge, so it's not the same thing over and over again.
I think I'd like to see some mangrove roots in here too, as a transition from green leaves to rotting leaves, you know?
Any other vegetation ideas?
Frogs.
Actual frogs.
Actual frogs.
And then we can lead them and put little fences underground, and then
Yep.
they would stay in the area. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
I'm
Frogs
down
would
with
be
that.
good. Yeah, sea pickles would work too, I think.
Dude, I'm going to build a sea pickle farm, ASAP.
At this point, yeah, just mass sea pickles are required.
Yeah. So before we get decorative with the biome, we're going to have to get technical with some more redstone contraptionage. As you know, over here we have both dyes and flowers, and that trend has continued up to here with cactus and green dye. And now we're going to introduce pickles and lime dye. But before we get on to Hermitcraft, I want to show you some redstone things that I learned whilst trying to design a pickle farm. And this right here is the shape that I was drawn to. This is a dispenser that's going to bone meal the sea pickles. So it's going to spread to the corals around it, but we kind of need a way to harvest it. And I thought it would be cool to use pistons like so. And what's cool about this is that the sea pickles can spread from the middle, and then we can harvest them kind of in a circle like this. But now you see we've got to remove the water sources. So this means we need some fine control signal manipulation so that we can preserve the water sources when the pistons fire off like so. And down here you'll see that we have encountered the first problem, because when we do this, there is a possibility that even though it's a split second the water is gone, that the coral will turn dead. So this is okay because down below we can have a collection system using rails, and rails can be waterlogged and the minecart can still go back and forth. So now this is going to work just fine for harvesting the sea pickles. What we need next is a clock for the bone meal that's inside of this dispenser. So 2 observers, very simple way to make a clock, and that will grow all of the sea pickles, and then this thing around the outside will harvest it. But now what we want to do is connect this clock to this one. And this is the teaching moment, because if we hook it up directly, then it's just way too fast. So what we want from this thing is like every other signal, right? If we go ahead and put a bulb on it, it gets powered and unpowered, and then we can feed that into another bulb. And now this one is half the speed of that one. And we can go ahead and do the same thing yet again, and then it's half of the one before it. So you might be thinking, just put an observer under this thing, and now you got your signal, but it actually goes too fast. What you want to do is use the comparator that comes out of it to update the observer. And now we've got a nice frequency here. But if you're paying close attention, this introduces another problem with the water sources not reappearing quick enough. So now with the introduction of some waterlogged copper trapdoors next to the pistons, the water in the middle here has been fixed and can fully regenerate. So this next step I learned is a misstep, because you're going to make the contraption too fast if you add an on-off switch like this. It's perfect because both clocks are hooked up together, but when you pull this back, this now runs even faster than it did before. And that may look like it's working, or it could be tweaked by adding another copper bulb, but here's the thing, we start to produce more sea pickles than the speed of a hopper. This is quite an interesting observation, because we are actually going to throttle the output of our farm by running everything through a hopper. So we don't want to actually produce the sea pickles too fast. Now, the reason I've shown you all of these steps is because I want you to understand and learn from these videos, and then go into your own redstone worlds and tinker around with this design. Because if you're not going to be throttled by the speed of a hopper, then you can use some sort of minecart unloading system down here to pick up all of the items. I'll point out, though, they do get caught in the corners of the trapdoors. And when they float up, they're also not going to get picked up by the hopper minecart. So this picks up the ones as they're created. So you need to have it going back and forth a lot. You can, however, fix this by putting in a waterlogged chest. And there are some other quirks to address here too, like getting enough bone meal into the dispenser and not accidentally powering the hoppers. So I got close to making the ideal farm, but the thing is it produced way more sea pickles than a chain of hoppers. So we just needed to simplify things, and I've created one here that only has 3 coral blocks. So these sea pickles right here, it just creates a few either side, and it looks like it's actually managed to back up, which is something I need to address. Yeah, I noticed this earlier. Okay, so there is an AND gate here for turning on this farm, and what I'm going to do is basically detect when this hopper is full of sea pickles and attach that too. For now, I want to show you how this works, because we've got a super fast clock right here, and we need to slow that down to activate the pistons. So once again, we're using the copper bulbs, and then we're delaying the signal through the comparators like this. So the left piston and then the right piston gets powered. And this thing, by the way, absolutely tears through bone meal. If you can continuously feed it from 2 hoppers, it will keep up. But of course, all of this comes from a single line of hoppers, so there's no need for me to do that. So the AND gate that we have here is made of these redstone torches, and they basically come from the levels of these barrels at the front here. So one of them is off because the sea pickles is full, the other one is on because we need more lime dye. And so what we're going to use is the signal strength of this to override the signal strength coming in here, because we need to override this AND gate if we're backed up with sea pickles. So I've just taken the signal and run it around into a comparator on compare mode. As for the rest of this redstone here, it might look familiar, especially this where we've got the bamboo above the smelter. That's because it's the same bunch of redstone that we did for the cactus farm setup. So I basically mirrored this all again, because we've got a similar thing where we've got an item coming in that we want to store, and we also want to turn into a dye. And that leaves us with a gap here, a gap that I've left some space for a skeleton to go in. One day we'll capture one and put it there, because what I want to put in this space in between is white dye and bone blocks. Of course, we've got a supply of bone meal directly above our head here, but the issue is very little space in which to build a contraption that can handle the task. But that is what makes for a fun redstone challenge, and because crafters can face upwards, we can craft them at this level here and put the items into the barrels. And now we just need to get the bone meal into each of these crafters, which we can do from the sides here. And now it's all a bit of a squeeze to show you what's going on, because this is the entirety of the contraption and it's doing its thing. If we hop around to the front here, you can now see that we got the white dye filling up, and we've also got some bone blocks too. So here in a creative world, I can show you what's going on. It's all about the signal strength change here, which we detect going from 8 to 9 whenever this fills up at the front. And then, of course, the bone block gets crafted because there's a signal coming through to send it up into the hopper, and it goes into the barrel. And if ever the hopper backs up far enough, it creates the signal strength 9 here, and then locks it and stops it from crafting. On this side, things are slightly different because we can't just pass the signal forward, as the hopper pushing in items will fill this slot up. So we need a clock. And the way that we deactivate that clock is by using a T flip-flop with the copper bulb. So when this space here fills up, it's then going to turn on this lamp. My bad, of course, things need to back up into the hopper. Let's go ahead and do that. And now you can see this has been turned on and the clock has been turned off. Anyways, I think that's enough redstone for this episode. You might have also noticed this in the background. As I was messing around with this design, I also thought about doing a system where you kind of activate it like this and push those up. And then it gets flipped again, and then all the items get pushed out to the side, and the minecart hopper picks up the items here. But it kind of loses its elegance around here, because then you need a bunch of clocks and redstone wires going up and down to power the dispenser here. And so I decided that we'd go with that design over there. Now, the whole reason I made the sea pickle farm was to put them to use in the biome across the shore that we've been talking to Ren about. And truth be told, I actually haven't used them where I thought I would because of these cattails. Look at this. This detail is utterly gorgeous. But I got to thank Fulsey for this one, who introduced me to this idea. I'm actually venturing over here for the first time and discovering she's used the exact same combination. And you could make these taller if you wanted as well. For my ones, though, I'm going to keep them low down for now. There is a little bit of height variation where some are on land or the bushes and some are in the water. I think the plan was to have a few sea pickles here as well, but I'm not sure. For now, I've put them on top of these clusters of like dead bushes. But with everything that I've done here, I've tried to put rhyme and reason behind all of this. So along the shoreline, we have some vegetation. That much makes sense. But over here, we have quite a lot of it. And the idea is to show you that the water from the edge is kind of coming through. And that's actually where the torch flowers grow. They grow on the watery bits, and they all lead down to the middle here, where we have a large deposit of mud. And where some of that has dried up over near these edges, we've got basalt. And do I think it looks perfect? No, I think there's probably quite a lot of room for improvement, but I'm learning as I go along here. And it's been a really fun process. This is my favorite batch of the cattails, though. I think they look really gorgeous just over here. And so the vegetation goes around the outside where it meets the water, and occasionally it kind of like drifts through and seeps into this dip because we needed some height variation in this biome, and we got another one of them over here. And where it dries out on the opposite side, you start to see some of the basalt. And perfect timing for it to get dark because, you know, I've gone and put in the lumps of lichen that light up this biome, so there's no spaces anywhere here that mobs can actually spawn. But it was after that I put this into place that I started to think, one of the things you could do to kind of stretch this out and not have so many of these patches is have little like strands of the glow lichen sort of branching off into the distance. And then that helps you light it all up a little better. But anyway, I'm really happy with this so far. I'm going to meet up with Ren, get his thoughts on it, and take it from there. Oh, but I have more to show you, by the way. So first of all, the rivers. Fools came around here and finished this off. I'd also added some jack-o'-lanterns and little shrubberies. I can't remember if I commented on that in a video or not, but it's down the bottom here that False has added loads of remarkable details on the bottom of the riverbed. This is so atmospheric. And False has been installing another river and a waterfall over around this side of the base. And this is another location where I've gone and installed some of our sea pickles. These are like little coconut shells or something falling from the trees above. I don't have all the names and the exact lore behind it, but the rhyme and reason is pretty cool that you see these clustered underneath the base of the tree. So that continues around this area. I did create yet another tree. Let's look at it at night. It's kind of hard to make out the details, the shape the same way. I really like this one. That one still needs some work. Oh, and look at the river. Oh, this is actually my first time seeing it. These little bits here are awesome. Okay, I love that. Oh, False has done an amazing job with the waterfall here. Bubbling water at the bottom. That is perfect, like a little animation. Oh, so good. And then the way the water flows around here as well really brings the river to life. Dang, this is really awesome stuff. So next, I want you to cast your mind back to the beginning of this episode where we saw some pillars going from Impulse's cyberpunk city to the top of the world. This was part of an experiment the other hermits were doing on stream, and I was curious, so I headed over there.
Joe, can we get a demonstration?
Yeah, I guess.
So we can all watch. I want to go see.
Hey Joe, while you do that, can I try something at the same time just to see if it's faster?
Ender pearling
you
is
like.
illegal.
I had a feeling you'd say that. I've only
Yeah,
seen
we
a
said-
portion
we
of the
said-
stream.
We said no teleporting because you gotta be in motion.
Fair enough. I'm gonna throw an ender pearl anyway, just to see if it's quicker.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Joe?
Okay, so just Riptide. I'm not gonna try the trident, or sorry, I'm not gonna try the rockets this time. So
Yeah. All right,
3,
ready?
2.
3, 2, 1, go.
One riptide,
Wow.
Yeah.
max
that-
velocity, and just bang. That is.
Dude, it
That
is
was the
faster than
quietest
ender pearl.
landing
Wow.
I
Yeah,
think
that
I've
was-
ever heard.
It was faster than the Ender pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Ender Pearl accelerates due to gravity, but it doesn't have that initial bump from.
Wow,
the
that
trident.
I mean that's quick because it just like
That's
you basically
impressive.
keep that momentum, so you Riptide and get a big boost, and then you just keep getting like momentum as you go down. Can I borrow the trident? What happens if you do manage
yeah.
to engage your elytra?
Oh!
Wow.
That's pretty fast.
Did you just try it and down?
Yeah, I wanted to try it.
You know, you guys were doing that thing with the boat earlier in the season, like flinging someone up with the fishing rods in the
can you
boat.
fling someone down?
Yeah, that might be
Is
a
that what
way.
you were? Ooh.
I mean, I do have a massive hole where we could try this.
Ooh.
You guys want to set it up?
Yeah.
Trying to fling somebody down? Sure.
We'll
Let's do
try
it.
and fight. Yeah, we can go. we
You
can
need
try
a
that.
pig. You got to have a pig, saddle, and a boat.
Hi.
Hey. I was just thinking, how are we gonna get one of these out of here? You know, as soon as you open up the fence, like they're all gonna try and wander out.
Oh
Ooh,
no, then
actually,
I
I
guess
know.
they'll have to die.
I know how to do this. Here, Cleo, hop on. Ooh, actually, this. I don't know if this will work or not. There's a carrot on a stick there. See, if I try and lure them, right, then you go in a different direction. Oh, look at that. So now you can make your way out over there. That looks like it's taking a long time.
It is.
It's unbelievably slow because you're on a pig.
There we go.
So slow. This is gonna work. This is gonna
Yeah.
work.
We just need to get people positioned around the edge.
Now, I haven't actually done this before. So there's a boat. Yeah, we need Impulse to explain this to us, I think.
Okay, so the trick is we have to fishing rod the boat and then get the pig in it.
Yeah.
Otherwise you hook the pig instead of the boat and it doesn't work the same. Okay.
Oh my god, this is
All right.
cool. We're doing it.
Our 4 fishing rod people, go.
Right, I'm on
We
it.
need one more. There we go. Okay, now pick a platform down there.
I landed.
Okay, we're hooked. Pearl, get the
Okay.
pig in the boat. First try, don't kill the pig.
I'm gonna try not to.
You're in.
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Who's doing the
Okay.
Here's what's
countdown?
gonna happen.
Okay.
When we say 3, 2, 1, on go, Pearl, you flip the lever, and then we will pull half a second after that. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Woo!
Whoa!
Let's go.
That was
worked.
so quick. That was so quick. And you survived.
Yep.
Did I go
Did
zoom?
anyone have
Did it
replay
work?
mod on?
Zoom. I do.
Oh, thank
You zoomed
goodness,
so
Impulse.
fast. Oh
It
my
seems
gosh.
like It was so anticlimactic. Like, it was go, and then it was just a nice little soft thing at the bottom.
Oh,
Basically. We need to do this. We need to do this from like the top of the world to the bottom.
Yes.
Then it will be something.
That would be cool. I need to see
It's
this
not going to
now.
be fun to get the pig to the top of the world, but yeah.
No, but it's doable. We can definitely do that.
And do that we shall. I want to propose to the hermits that we perhaps do that on a live stream, get everyone together and see how quickly we can fling a pig from the top of the world to the bottom. But speaking of how quickly we could do that, I was actually able to recreate this with Replay Mod. That being said, it was really hard to get the camera movements to show Pearl falling down because it happened so quickly. But what I did do was capture the very moment that the lever at the top was activated and the moment that Pearl landed too. And I've calculated it was about 2.23 seconds from top to bottom. And that was part of why it was so anticlimactic. It was just over so quick. And using the replay mod, I couldn't even get the camera position to line up well enough. So the replays aren't particularly that great either. So yeah, that was that, I guess. Like I've said a couple of times now, kind of anticlimactic. And on that note, not a great note, we're going to end this episode of Hermitcraft. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. Thanks as always for the support. And I'll see you soon with another one. Bye-bye.